No racing action this Sunday, but plenty of headlines to get into in the world of Formula One. Zak Brown is talking about the relationship between McLaren and Mercedes, while Max Verstappen is very calm and casual indeed, going into perhaps the biggest 5 races of his Formula One career to date. I'm Ollie Wilson for GPFans, and this is the news in Formula One this Sunday. Before we go any further, please hit the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with all that we do, particularly in this final run-in to the 2021 season. There's going to be plenty here that you do not want to miss. But now, this Sunday, let's get into the headlines. Max Verstappen is once again giving off a very laid-back attitude to his Formula One career, describing the sport as not a life or death situation in an interview with the New York Times. It's not the first time that Max has downplayed the importance of sport on his life, with the 24-year-old stating before the Turkish Grand Prix that were he not to win the Drivers' World Championship this season, then coming second wouldn't alter his life. With a double-digit lead in the championship race over Lewis Hamilton and 5 races to go this season, once more, the Dutch driver was keen to dampen down the fires of intensity that have engulfed the sport during the thrilling World Championship battle. Sometimes people take F1 too seriously, like it's a life or death situation, thinking, if I don't make it to Formula One, my life is over, or something like that, said Verstappen. For me, that was never the case and never will be. I'm very happy that I'm in Formula One now, but even if I wasn't, I would still do something else, racing-related stuff, to have fun, to have a good time. Despite the relaxed attitude, the Red Bull driver was willing to at least concede that he would be disappointed if he doesn't win the Drivers' World Championship this season. I know that if my car is fast enough until the end of the season, I will win the championship, added Verstappen. But if it's not, then we probably won't win it. At the end of the day, it's not going to change my world. Of course, the goal, the dream, is always to win the championship, but you need to have a bit of luck. You need to have the right car for it to be at the right time of the season or across the whole season. Interesting that Max is playing it all down then, rather than building up those fires of intensity going into these last 5 races or so. And it'd be interesting to see if that relaxed attitude just helps to kind of win him over with more fans and just keeps him relaxed going into these all-important races, particularly the triple header that we have coming up. Elsewhere, Zak Brown is turning negatives into positives, with the McLaren CEO believing the issues Mercedes have had with power units this season reinforces that his team receive equal equipment from the engine supplier. McLaren's switch to Mercedes as a supplier has certainly paid off for the constructor, providing the team with its first Grand Prix victory since 2012, with an incredible 1-2 finish in Monza this season, along with 4 other podium finishes, as well as that almost victory that we saw in Sochi in the rain in Russia. While McLaren have seen an upturn in fortunes, it hasn't all been as smooth as possible for Mercedes, with the German manufacturer beset with problems with their power units, forcing their own F1 team to take multiple grid penalties in the last few weeks for additional parts and changes to their PUs. Valtteri Bottas has used 6 internal combustion engines this season already, while Lewis Hamilton was hit with his first grid penalty for replacement engine parts in Turkey, and these penalties have filtered down to the German firm's customers elsewhere on the grid. McLaren have only had to pay the price once so far this season, with Danny Ricciardo starting at the back of the grid after taking a new ICE turbocharger and MGUH in Turkey. Despite the problems, Brown has been pleased with the new collaboration between McLaren and Mercedes this season and has full confidence in the team's supplier. They've certainly met and exceeded our expectations. They've helped us get back to winning races and scoring podiums. Our reliability has been very good. I know they've had their challenges. I think there are elements that go into reliability that aren't necessarily exclusively the power unit. It's car design, it's cooling, it's the packaging. Of course, we're always concerned about anything when it comes to reliability. That's not exclusive to the power unit. But we're very happy with Mercedes, and their track record speaks for itself, so we're not worried they won't get on top of the issue, and we haven't experienced a lot of the issues they've experienced. What it does show, for those concerned as to whether you can get equal equipment as a customer's team, we've demonstrated and Mercedes has demonstrated that the answer to that is yes. So Zak Brown, very pleased with what he's seeing from Mercedes this season and the relationship with McLaren. But why is it that Mercedes, the constructor, are struggling with those PUs more than perhaps McLaren? What do you think is the secret to McLaren's success? Or is Zak Brown perhaps just trying to smooth things over and keep the engine supplier a little happier in these vital few races left in the season? Let us know in the comments section below. Of course, let us know your thoughts on Max's demeanour as well. All very relaxed from the Dutchman going into these big last 5 races. And of course, hit the subscribe button as well to stay up to date with everything that we do here on the channel at GPFans.